For today's headlines, Philippines in fast lane to recovery. DOE sets stage for renewable energy. Manila assured of China vaccine. Senators demand the impartial probe. Should Duque stay or should he go? Liza Soberano angry over Pemberton pardon. Obiena wins gold in czech tournament. Warm, humid weather today due to easterlies. Good morning, I am Sandy Locos and you're watching Tribune News on Q. Today is Wednesday, September 9, and now the news. China will put the Philippines in the fast lane of economic recovery from the coronavirus pandemic, Chinese ambassador to the Philippines Huang Zilian said yesterday. Referring to select Build or BBB projects of the Philippine government, Huang said, China always stands ready to work closely with the country to remove all the difficulties and barriers and push forward the implementation of bilateral cooperation projects. A part of the BBB initiative is the current 500 billion peso project at the Sangley Point in Cavite where a Chinese company is involved. China Fair for Investment and Trade 2020 is seen to stimulate the Philippines' foreign investment and economic growth, the Department of Trade and Industry said yesterday. The country will be represented in SFIT 2020 by major Philippine companies, investment promotion agencies, and government offices led by the Philippine Board of Investments and the Philippine Trade and Investment Center, Guangzhou. Present major business opportunities for Chinese and foreign investors who are interested to diversify and expand in the Philippines. Strengthen further trade relations between China and complement economic growth and recovery from today's crisis due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Meantime, the Department of Energy is targeting to kick off the country's first renewable energy auction, or RE auction, by the second quarter of 2021, DOE Chief Alfonso Cusi confirmed. For Green Energy Auction Program or GEAP, Cusi said the energy sector is currently in the preparatory stage, and that includes data gathering, the requirement per mandated participants via their compliance plans, their mechanism, and the possible development of auction platform. According to Cusi, the DOE is targeting to incentivize renewable energy developers through the auction. The agency had issued a circular governing the conduct of green energy megawatts of RE. Initial target for bidding. On the indigenous energy resource development front, the DOE has so far awarded a total of contracts with a potential capacity of 20 gigawatts. The latest data shows that RE accounted for 33%. In other news, a China-developed anti-COVID-19 vaccine will possibly be out by late this year. China ambassador to the Philippines Huang Zilian disclosed during Daily Tribune's Straight Talk program. Huang said the vaccine is undergoing phase 3 clinical trials targeted to end by September or October. Huang also said there are 4 candidate vaccines being considered by the World Health Organization, including those manufactured by Sinovac Biotech and Sinopharm. The envoy added that Sinopharm has already conducted the clinical trials for more than 30,000 people in UAE, where 1,500 are Filipinos. He added that the trial is going smoothly and no large impact to participants is being detected. He also affirmed that China is still prioritizing the Philippines in the vaccine distribution once it has garnered positive results after the trial. Wang mentioned that China has since been proactive in providing support to the country at the onset of the pandemic with a group of medical team that visited the Philippines and other medical supplies delivered. At present, the country has 238,000 cases and has already surpassed the COVID-19 tally of China at 85,000 cases as of Monday afternoon, despite initially being the epicenter of the coronavirus disease. Tribune News on will be back after these reminders.
Click, that's it. Never thought self-service can be this slick. Modify plans in a snap, walang hirap. It's a wrap, just tap the app. Now you can check, view, subscribe, renew. Help and support for you. Out with the ring apps are the in thing. You know what to do. Globe at home and Globe One, all in the Globe app na yan. Self-service and easy to use. Mas okay tayo dyan. Globe at home and Globe One, all in the Globe app na yan. Instant response, no hold time pa, wala nang hintayan. Download Globe at Home and Globe One app, all in the Globe app na yan. Download the Globe One and Globe at Home apps from Google Play Store and Apple App Store now. Download Globe at Home and Globe One app, all in the Globe app na yan.
Bilang bagong mag-asawa, sabay kaming natututo sa buhay.
Sabay rin namin inaaral ng mga bayarin sa bahay.
Kahit kami, nagtaka sa biglang laki ng electricity bill namin. Huwag pong mangambang maputulan. Sinisigurado ng Meralco na walang disconnection hanggang September.
Estimated bills lang ang natanggap natin ng March, April at para sa ilan, May. Dahil sa lockdown, isang tabi to para hindi na maguluhan.
Ang May o June ay actual meter reading na. Kung May nagka-actual reading, ibabawas dito ang huling reading bago mag-ECQ. Yan lang po ang ating babayaran hanggang 3 buwang konsumo.
Kung estimated reading sa May at June nagka-actual reading, ibabawas din dito ang huling reading bago mag-ECQ. Yan lang po ang ating babayaran. Hanggang 4 na buwang konsumo, walang labis. Tandaan, kung ano lang na konsumo,
yun lang ang babayaran.
ako po si Mateo G.
At ako naman po si Sarah G.
G?
G!
In other news, Senators Liza and Ronald De La Rosa on Tuesday welcomed the Philippine National Police decision to file charges against the 9 Holo cops who killed 4 soldiers conducting surveillance duties in Holo, Sulu last June. The 4 soldiers were members of the Philippine Army who were hot on the trail of suspected terrorists. They have tagged these terror suspects as possible suicide bombers. They were flagged down a police checkpoint before they were gunned down. Another crew of soldiers in a different vehicle did not retaliate. The suicide bombers, identified as Nana and Indanay, were later named as the culprits behind the deadly twin bombings last August 24, also in Holo. Ontiveros reiterated her call to relieve the entire Holo police force to ensure an impartial investigation on the soldiers' murder, while De La Rosa, a former PNP chief himself, said the filing of administrative charges against the killer cops was long overdue. Newly installed PNP Chief Police General Camilo Cascolan on Monday announced that the IAS filed administrative and criminal complaints against the policemen more than 2 months since the Holo incident. The 9 Holo cops are currently under restrictive custody of the PNP. They are Police Major Abdelzimar H. Bajiri, Police Master Sergeant Hani Badiri, Police Staff Sergeant Iskandar Susulan, Police Staff Sergeant Ersinar Sapal, Police Corporal Sulke Andaki, Patrolman Muhammad Nur Pasani, Patrolman Almudzirin Hadrajunin, Patrolman Alkajal Mandangan, and Patrolman Rajiv Putalan. Cascolan likewise disclosed the filing of administrative charges against the top 3 provincial police officials, namely Sulu Police Chief Police Lieutenant Colonel Michael Bayawal, Jolo Police Chief Major Walter Anayo, and Sulu Provincial Drug Enforcement Unit Chief Captain Ariel Corsino. While they did not have a direct hand in what transpired, they are equally accountable for command responsibility, insisted the PNP chief. While President Rodrigo Duterte is awaiting probe results on the alleged corruption in the Philippine Health Insurance Corporation, he does not see the need for Health Secretary Francisco Duque III to resign. In his public address on Monday night, the president expressed his full support to Duque and even joked about taking a vacation in Spatlies with him for a sightseeing tour. Duque said he was overwhelmed with the president's continued support and has took the opportunity to air his frustration over what he called as unfair allegations thrown against him. Senate President Vicente Soto III said the president should hear the explanation of the Senate as to why it had recommended the removal and filing of charges against Duque over his supposed involvement in alleged fraudulent schemes in PhilHealth, where he served as ex officio chairman. Soto said the president may not be aware why the Senate recommended the filing of graft and malversation charges against Duque. Senator Panfilo Lacson also took a swipe at the president for virtually clearing Duque of wrongdoings in the state insurer, even if the Department of Justice-led task force has yet to submit its findings on PhilHealth probe. In sports, Filipino pole vaulter EJ Obiena came out with another historic feat as he won the gold medal of the prestigious 59th Ostrava Golden Spike Tournament in Czech Republic early Wednesday. Obiena, the first Filipino athlete to qualify in the Tokyo Olympics next year, finished with a new season best of 5.74 meters, edging better attempts over runner-up and former 2012 London Olympics gold medalist Renaud Lavrini of France. Meanwhile, tourney favorite Sam Kendricks of the United States settled for bronze medal with an underwhelming 5.64-meter performance. Prior to his victory, the 24-year-old Tondaburn talent won the bronze medal in the Diamond League just a month ago. Gaining a much-needed confidence and moral booster for his Olympic build-up, Obiena is tipped for another heavy competition in the Poznań, Poland competitions on September 11. And we will be back. Stay with us.
Araneta City, home to the country's first indoor shopping mall, the world's original Thrilla, and the first ever Bini Bini pageant. Now a place for your first win, your first catch, your first home, your first big break, your first date, and even your first love. Araneta City, the city of firsts.
Ang Philippine Offshore Gaming Operators o POGO ay isang legitimate business entity na nagbibigay serbisyo sa offshore gaming para lamang sa mga manlalarong nasa abroad sa pamamagitan ng internet. Ang mga serbisyong handog nito ay katulad ng casino games at sports betting na pwedeng laruin kahit wala sa casino. Sa Pilipinas, walang POGO operators. Tanging POGO service providers lamang dahil nagaganap ang mga laro sa labas ng bansa.
In showbiz, nakakaiyak na sa disappointment is what actress Liza Soberano has said in reaction to President Duterte's granting of absolute pardon to U.S. Marine Joseph Scott Pemberton, the man convicted for the 2014 murder of Jennifer Laude, a transgender Filipina. Liza tweeted soon after that she should have mentioned the Philippine government to avoid confusion and ended her post with the hashtag #JusticeForJenniferLaude and #TransLivesMatter. It didn't stop there though. The 22-year-old artist aired her frustrations regarding the matter with a few questions posed on her Twitter account, including Pemberton's release due to good conduct. The actor's tweets are among calls from netizens demanding justice for Laude, with the hashtag Justice for Jennifer Laude flooding on social media sites and the streets where several LGBTQ groups and allied organizations have rallied in front of the Department of Justice in protest of the early release of Pemberton. Last week, the Olongapo Regional Trial Court ordered an early release for Pemberton over good conduct. He served only for 6 years. And easterlies or wind coming from the Pacific Ocean are expected to cause a hot and humid weather in the rest of the country today, according to Pag-asa. The rest of the country, meanwhile, will experience partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers due to localized thunderstorms. The maximum temperature for the day is 34.2 degrees Celsius at around 2:50 p.m., while the minimum temperature is 25.2 degrees Celsius at 5 a.m. Temperature in Metro Manila will range from 25 to 32 degrees Celsius, 17 to 25 degrees Celsius in Baguio City, 26 to 32 degrees Celsius in Cebu City, and 25 to 33 degrees Celsius in Davao. And that wraps up the stories this morning. Catch the latest news on our website tribune.net.ph and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. The Daily Tribune is one with the nation in facing the COVID-19 crisis, and in line with this, the Daily Tribune digital edition and press reader is now available for free online. You can also download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store for iOS users and Google Play for Android users to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune is also inviting everyone to join its community Viber Katribu to get updates on the freshest and hottest news and entertainment stories of the day. Tercito emoticons are also available on our community Viber. Just click on the link in this video to join. And before we go, we would like to thank the SM Store for our wardrobe. Again, this is Sandy Locos and you're watching Tribune News on Q. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Good morning and have a nice day.
Sir, ba't kailangan pang pumunta sa bangko?
Why not get a UB app so you can do all these without going to the bank? Bank the way you live. Union Bank.